Hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Scales, and I am the Global Director of Marketing Operations and Campaigns at Reapit.
Nice to meet you, Courtney. And can you tell us a little bit more about your journey and what sparked your interest in marketing?
Oh, that's a good question. I started my journey a little bit differently, I suppose, when I was first, starting out at university. I first initially started in an arts degree studying history as well as political science. And then I moved over into business and kind of fell into marketing, to be honest. But once I was in, I was stuck and, loved it ever since. What I love most, I suppose, about marketing, it's really the business version of psychology in a sense, really getting to understand and really empathize with how people tick. That's a really fascinating part of the role and just part of being a marketer, really. Probably a second piece as well is just to tie into that is, looking at how marketing has changed over, I've been in marketing for over a decade, and in that time, marketing has changed so much, particularly in the digital space. The industry just evolves so fast, and it's a great sort of industry to be in, particularly if you're somebody who is a bit of a sponge and has a quest for learning.
Love it. Yes. Soaking up all these information and being able to put them to use. I love how you explained psychology, also kind of relating to marketing in that sense. I couldn't agree more. So can you tell me more about your company? What do they do?
Yeah, so Reapit is a global technology software which essentially delivers an end-to-end solution for real estate agencies across multiple regions worldwide. And really what we aim to do is to allow them to manage their entire agency within a single platform, which is the solution that we sell.
Amazing. And can you tell me more as the head of marketing in your company, what is your current main marketing focus?
At Reapit, we have gone through a series of acquisitions over the past few years as we, are trying to grow the company and get to our end state of that end-to-end experience for our customers. And as a part of that, my role in the global position is really focused on pulling all of our data and insights together and mapping out all of our customer journeys and processes and standardizing that so that we have a framework for growth and, we can optimize the performance for our teams.
Speaking of framework for growth, can you tell me about a particularly innovative or successful marketing campaign your team has recently executed?
Absolutely. In January, we launched a new go-to-market for one of our products here in Australia. It took probably about a year's worth of work amongst the product teams, the marketing teams, finance, sales, everybody coming together to really basically redevelop the go-to-market offering for one of our SaaS solutions. We did a lot of research into our customer base to determine determinants of value from our customers across the different attributes within our products. And then we moved them into a tiered-based model, built that out amongst our products. So we worked really closely with our product team on those customer journeys, tying together all the different, not just features, but also other products within our portfolio to bolster the product offering under a single solution, which was really exciting. So in terms of results, from January when we launched it, in the first 8 weeks, we had over 15% of our customer base activate the product of their own volition, which is really exciting. And we increased the average value of our products by around 15%. We also were able to achieve, I believe it was a 3,000% return on marketing investment. And this is definitely not something that we did on our own. The product marketing team, who I worked really closely with, they were fundamental in making sure this campaign and project was a success. And that really ties into some of the broader strategies that we're sort of rolling out across the business to standardize all of our pricing frameworks and packaging across our SaaS solutions. So it makes it easier for customers to buy. They're not trying to, choose one product with a different pricing model and then another product with a different one and then getting confused on their bill. We wanted to make things simpler for our customers.
Yeah, and listening to that, I'd just really like to congratulate you all for that collaborative effort. As you said, it's different groups being pulled in together for one goal, and that's really amazing to hear. Now, I want to look at it from the other aspect. What would have been kind of like your biggest marketing challenge at the moment?
Yeah, as I mentioned, as Reapit starts to bring different companies into our portfolio, everyone has different ways of doing things. There's fragmented data sets across exclusive customers. So, we have our customers that may have been using one of those products, and they're also using one of, the existing products in the portfolio, trying to map and identify which customers are using what, as well as how they're engaging across the different stages of the customer journey has definitely been a challenge. We represent just over 60% of the market within the Australian region as an example. So we have a really big customer footprint, and with that comes quite a lot of data. It's been a challenge, but a great opportunity to be able to try and make sense of all of the information, and sort of touching on the point I made earlier around standardizing that and creating omni-channel customer journeys that encourage people to be using more of our products, but making sure they have a seamless experience throughout.
Having a lot of data is good, but then how do you use it ultimately is, one of the ways that we want to go forward. All companies maybe face kind of like a similar onset on having too much data, or let's say this type of like advantage. But how does your company stay ahead of its competitors in terms of marketing?
So, the data piece is definitely one piece of the puzzle. It's not one piece, it's not the whole picture. But one thing that we try really hard at and, work towards is ensuring that we have constant customer feedback loops and insights. So whether that is through our beta testing, whether that's through surveys that we're running, or whether that's through retros based on, opportunities and deals that we're winning and where we're losing, and understanding, what's working and what's not. That's a really key way that we are able to ensure that we're constantly, I suppose, on the pulse of what our customer is thinking. More broadly than that, I think if you just take it up another layer, what we do as well is we look at broadly what the market is talking about, and we keep a close eye on the competition. How are they marketing? What has been successful across the different stages of the marketing and sales funnel? And we really try to collate all those insights together so that we have, I guess, a clear picture of what's going on in the marketplace, so that we can ensure that we're being proactive rather than reactive to, any changes that may come about. The next piece really has to do with people. We have a really wonderful team of marketers. It's not just marketers in the company, obviously, but specific to the marketing department. We have just a wonderful team of exceptionally talented people within the organization, and the majority of them are full stack marketers. So they have quite a breadth of experience across the full customer journey, which means it's really helpful when we're going through ideation sessions or getting feedback on work. It's really great to sort of have those feedback loops, and when you're talking to a team member, they kind of know what you're talking about. But within that, they all have their areas of speciality and what they focus on, but really having, I guess, that foundational knowledge of the full marketing journey, and everything that sits within that and how they contribute to that gives them the context, and helps empower them to be better at their jobs. So yeah, would be nothing without the team that we have. So just shout out to the team.
Oh, that's really nice. What a great team. That really sounds something that a lot of people aspire to have. And what you said about feedback and being able to adapt it, really integral for these companies that want to grow in that sense. So with that, I want your opinion on what does the future of marketing look like?
I've been on a bit of a theme around data, so I'm going to keep to that theme. Getting that 360-degree view of a customer and using those insights in your marketing for hyper-personalization. We were in the era of automation, and now I think we're truly starting to enter into the era of personalization, but not just segment-based personalization. You look at companies like Spotify, for example. Every year you get your Spotify Unwrapped. That kind of personal level experience that you can give to a consumer is really where I think a lot of brands and companies are trying to aspire to be and move towards.
I love how you placed the word personalization, but creating a further sense of it is hyper personalization. And this perspective as a marketing leader is definitely helpful, especially when you're leading a team. So I want to know, what is the role of the head of marketing in one word, and why?
My one word for the role of head of marketing is Windex. And for anyone who doesn't know, Windex is a window cleaner. And the reason why I say that, it's a funny analogy, but many businesses have really foggy sort of customer experiences, siloed teams, and unfocused messaging. The role of a marketing leader is to help create a crystal clear vision and direction that helps the company see all of those things clearly and what the future looks like and then how to get there. So really allows them to, I suppose, just create a crystal clear vision for the future of the company.
I love it. I think this is the actual first time that I've heard somebody use like, the brand of like window cleaners. Love it. So one last question for you, Courtney. What career advice would you like to share with other marketing leaders?
One thing that's been really fundamental in my career and has been essential in retaining and acquiring great marketers within my team is, number one, empathy. Making sure that, you are an empathetic leader. As marketers, I mentioned initially, it's all about psychology. It's not just about, being empathetic to your consumer. It's about being empathetic to your teams as well. Marketing is probably the one department where all eyes are on you. And if there's a mistake, everybody sees it. And, there's an immense amount of pressure on marketers to be constantly performing, constantly be doing better and being improving on their results time and time again. So the best thing that you can do as a leader is really to be empathetic to your teams and give them a space where they feel safe to have fun, to challenge each other, to learn from each other. Don't be afraid to, create an environment where you can break stuff. You don't learn from things unless you try something new. And if you break something, you need to learn from it. But giving them that space to be able to play and experiment really comes down to being empathetic. Personally, for I think marketers themselves, you need to have empathy for yourself as well. I think a lot of us are, inherent people pleasers, or you want to say yes to things, but you need to make sure that you have that safe space for yourself so that you don't burn yourself out.